Yo, what's good, man? I'm just sitting here thinking, right? I did a video, my 6 months for the company I'm employed by, and I felt like the best thing for me to do was to get in more detail and make another video, basically about advice to recent CDL school graduates and people who also thinking about getting into the CDL career. You know what I mean? Number one, the first advice I can give y'all, is protect your license at all costs. Protect your license, bro. If you want to make this a career, do not mess up your license. You know what I'm saying? That's first and foremost. Number two, realize that like where you are living at, you might not have the opportunity to get hired because you could be living in what's considered as a no hiring zone. South Florida, that's a no hiring zone. You know what I'm saying? I got my CDLs at Fleet Force. Shout out to Tom, shout out to Rhonda, shout out to Omar, shout out to Clarence, shout out to Mike, shout out to Edison. I really thank y'all. Depending on where you at, you can get your CDL license and you might not be able to get no job. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't got no experience. Now, in order to get experience, you have to go over that road. And what you might have to do is you might have to move to Georgia, move to Alabama. Really, if you're from Florida, you got to move north of I-4, Davenport, Florida, a little bit north of Orlando. You know what I'm saying? Anything up there, at different points in times, different mega carriers, they criteria softens up and you can get in. Another thing about truck driving school, while you there, and even when you with your trainer, if you're a recent CDL grad and you with your trainer, if you're in truck driving school and you're getting your CDLs, or even if you're thinking about getting your CDLs in a couple of weeks or months, whatever it is, you know what I mean? Learn how to back up. Learn the setup on how to back up. Practice the setup on backing up. That's so vital. That's so crucial. That is so important, man, because there's gonna be times when you're gonna be out there on that road. It's gonna be like 12, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to park, go to sleep. Bruh, when you get to that truck stop gonna be crowded. My thing, me personally, my motto, park before it get dark. Straight like that. Like 5 o'clock, I'm parked, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like backing up around all them other trucks, bro. An accident, go on your record, it's gonna be the worse than a speeding ticket. Depending on how fast that speeding ticket is too. So second best advice I can give you, learn how to back up. Go on YouTube and watch them videos and understand the dynamics of backing up. And get as much practice as you can because every backup is different. Every backup is different, you know what I'm saying? Depending on where your tandems are, if they in the front, if they in the middle, if they in the back, you know what I'm saying? Depending on what type of trailer, what type of truck you driving, whether it's a day cab, whether it's a condo, a sleeper, all backup is different. But the setup is gonna get you where you need to be 97% of the time. Go on YouTube, watch them videos. It's a whole lot of great experienced truck drivers who took their time to try to help educate the next generation in the future, pave a way, make things easier. Take the time out, go on YouTube, watch them videos about setting up for a backup. You're gonna need that. Another thing too, learn how to slide them tandems. Learn what them tandems mean. You know what I'm saying? Each hole, depending on the size of the hole and the distance between the holes, learn and understand how much weight each one of them holes represent. That's going to be another crucial thing to being a successful truck driver out here. Once you do get your CDLs, once you do get a job, master your craft, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just because you make it and just because you get hired, it don't stop them. Master your craft, bro, because at any given moment, your license could be taken away from you. Then you got to start over from scratch. You know what I'm saying? So protect your license, master your craft to keep your license. My next advice is have you a plan. If you're thinking about getting into the truck driving industry and becoming a truck driver, have you a plan, bro. Understand, like, plan on what type of equipment you want to haul. Understand and plan on what area of the nation that you want to run in. You know what I'm saying? Understand what type of freight that you want to pull. Have a plan from A to Z. Have a plan, bro. Because, like, that's going to help you stay focused on your journey to get to where you're trying to go. You know what I'm saying? And even though you have a plan for truck driving, have a plan for what to do after truck driving or while truck driving, or what you're gonna do with that money that you make. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, everything has to have a why. Without a why, then there's no motivation. You can't just be doing something just to be doing it. Because then, you know what I'm saying, you move fast, you crash like NASCAR. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you have a plan for real, for real. Pay. You know, depending on your background, depending on your MVR report, man, you can get into this truck driving game and you can be financially set, financially stable from after your first 90 days. You know, there's companies out there like CR England, there's companies out there like US Express. You know what I'm saying? Once you got 90 days, 3 months with a carrier, they'll hire you. And then when they hire you, they're gonna basically give you a guaranteed minimum check every week. And that is more critical, that is more important than driving and getting a certain amount paid to you per mile. Because it doesn't matter if you driving for, let's just say, 40 cents a mile. Let's just say you driving for $100 a mile. It doesn't matter if what you driving per mile, if the company you with doesn't have any loads for you to move. A company can pay you $100 a mile, but they ain't got no miles for you to get. So what good is it? You know what I'm saying? Believe that, because that's really one of the most frustrating things, you know what I'm saying, that I wish I would have learned about and knew about prior to becoming a truck driver. You know what I'm saying? How that pay scale works. You could possibly get with a company like K&B. You could possibly get with a company like Martin Transport. You know what I'm saying? You could get with companies that offer minimum guaranteed pay every week. No matter what, you know this is the amount that you're gonna get paid. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much where you want to be. If you can't get paid for your time by the hour, then at least get paid minimum, guaranteed weekly. That's what I recommend. That's my advice to anybody who are thinking about becoming a truck driver or getting into the truck driving game. You know what I'm saying? And look at it like this. You know, like, depending on your background, depending on your work history, depending on your MVR report, if all is well, you could be a wise guy in 90 days. In 90 days, you can have a guaranteed pay, certain amount, over $1,000 a week, guaranteed. 52 weeks in a month. I'm talking about after taxes, you're gonna have at least $52,000 in a year, guaranteed, driving trucks. Now, when you get to 6 months, you become a made man. You're no longer a wise guy, you're a made man. Now you're looking at $1,300 a week, minimum, guaranteed, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? When you get to a year, you still got a clean MVR. You ain't got no prison record. You know what I'm saying? You got a stable address. You got a stable work history. Now you're looking at $1,500, $1,600 a week, $1,700 a week, guaranteed. Nothing less every week. You know what I'm saying? Now when you get to a year, you a godfather then. When you get to 2 years, you a godfather, I meant to say, 2 years. Now you ready to jump on board like with Walmart. You know what I'm saying? Them boys, they're like $2,500. every week. You know what I'm saying? That's damn near 100,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? But do your homework, because you got some companies like NDCP that haul for Dunkin' Donuts. You know what I'm saying? They home every night, but they making 100 grand a year. You know what I'm saying? But them boys, they went over the road. They got their 6 months experience, but they ain't had no speeding tickets. They ain't had no felonies. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you understand your position before you get into this game, and then you come up with a plan from your position. You know what I'm saying? And work it from Z to A. You know what I'm saying? And another thing too, like if you're trying to get to the money, and which I strongly recommend, because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. Ain't nothing guaranteed in life but taxes. You know what I'm saying? And the next step, the next phase. With that being said, without being too dramatic, you know, basically like if you're trying to get straight to the money, team drive. Because like when you first start out, the company who you with, they're gonna put you with a trainer for, at a bare minimum, 150 hours. You know what I'm saying? And the trainer is only gonna be so much they're gonna be able to train you on. Versus like if you just jump out and go straight to a company and team drive, then guess what? You finna get paid when you driving, you finna get paid when you in the passenger seat, you finna get paid when you in the bunk. As long as them wheels turning, then you gonna be earning. That's when you team driving. You know what I'm saying? And hey man, that's the ultimate goal for anybody, you ask me. Make money while you sleep. How you do that in trucking? Be a team driver. You know what I'm saying? Besides, somebody with more experience than you, they got more to offer you. And then you're gonna be with them for an extended period of time, beyond 150 hours. So, you know, like with that being said, man, that's what my advice to anybody who recently got their CDLs, about to graduate truck driving school, about to get their CDLs, or even thinking about becoming a driver, you know. Get you a plan, work your plan from Z to A, you know what I'm saying, where you trying to get to. Take them steps daily to get to that point, and get out here and get that money, because there's plenty of it out here, man. There's plenty of it out here, man. Salute to everybody out there who already got their CDLs, man. And just one last thing, man. Y'all please be safe, man. Y'all please be safe. Thank you for your time. I approve this message.